Well, joining me now from Washington, D.C. is Douglas Lute. He's a retired U.S. Army Lieutenant General who served as the U.S. permanent representative to NATO from 2013 to 2017. He's also a former Deputy National Security Advisor. Ambassador Lute, welcome to the TRT World. Welcome to the News Hour. Now, when you were at NATO, how was Ukraine doing in its aspirations to join NATO?
Well, I was at NATO from 2013 to 2017, and Ukraine was one of NATO's closest partners. And while it aspired, it had made a national decision to seek NATO membership. It wasn't in the process of actually becoming a member. And of course, this all played out in the context of the 2008 decision by NATO that one day Ukraine would be a member. And then again, the context of the last invasion by Vladimir Putin of Ukraine in 2014. So a very complicated set.
I see a map of Ukraine behind you. Ambassador, when you look at the reality and the situation on the ground, what is your assessment of its military performance, Ukraine's military performance right now?
Well, Ukraine has, I think, surprised everyone, maybe even Ukrainians, with the competence and the effectiveness of their resistance to the Russian invasion. But now we've entered into a second phase of the fight, and this is a heavyweight fight concentrated in the Donbass region in eastern Ukraine. And here the Russians have some advantages. First of all, they have a much more narrow front. They're very concentrated, and the Donbass abuts up against Russia itself. So the Russian supply lines are shorter. So the current fight, I register as a heavyweight slugfest in the Donbass, with both sides suffering heavy attrition.
And on that very point, last week, top US General Mark Milley said the numbers clearly favor the Russians in eastern Ukraine. What do you read into that comment?
Well, General Milley was simply reflecting the reality that Russia is 3 times the population of Ukraine and has massed its military power in the Donbass region and is pummeling Ukrainian cities and towns with rocket and artillery fire. And the Ukrainians simply don't have the numbers of artillery systems and so forth to match up against the Russian forces. This is why the Western support for Ukraine is so vital.
And on that point of Western support, we are over a week away from a very important NATO meeting in Madrid. Do you think NATO will remain united on Ukraine, or will domestic pressures with regards to gas, food prices start to cause splintering among the alliance?
I do expect NATO to remain cohesive, solid, acting as one. But this is fundamentally, at the strategic level, a contest. A contest on the one hand between President Putin's ability to withstand the Western sanctions and to continue to mobilize military effort in Ukraine, and on the other side, the West's effort to remain cohesive and to withstand the disruptions of the energy markets and the food markets and so forth, and the political pressures in the West that have to do with combating inflation. So this is not only a tactical fight, but a strategic contest as well.
Ambassador Lute, fantastic to have you on the program. Thank you so much for making time for us today here on TRT World. Such a pleasure. Thank you again.
Thank you.